Hello everybody, I'm Blaze and Rebecca and welcome back to Blue Rose. We're here with this son of a bitch, Tobias. And he's underestimating us, I guess. Don't underestimate me! I won't. He turns back towards the table with satisfaction. This just grates my nerves even more. Besides, what kind of question is that about dying happy? I'm still fighting for a purpose. There are still enough reasons for me to keep going. A goal like that is not just achieved in one day. I'm almost surprised as he immediately faces me again, this time with a more serious expression. You're right. I bet you really haven't found your goal yet. What? You talk all high and mighty about fighting for what you believe in, but you're just fighting for what others tell you is important. In reality, I'm sure you never even stop to think whether you agree or not. That's not true! You're not even being honest with yourself, and yet you tell others what they should believe in. That's why I dislike pretentious people like you Templars. No matter how amazing you seem, you're still just puppets. Don't you dare say such a thing! The angry tone of my voice surprises even me and makes Tobias hesitate for a second. Don't talk about what you don't know. Fine, maybe you shouldn't either. Tobias takes his plate and leaves the cottage. I stay behind, still trembling slightly after the sudden surge of anger that came over me. That idiot! I whisper these words as I stand there, unmoving. My home, my friends. How dare he talk about these things like that? The cottage is silent. The food Tobias left behind for me is still on the table, but somehow my appetite is gone. I look out the window. In the waning sunlight, I see Tobias sitting on the hillside, staring at the horizon. His plate is on the grass beside him. Don't talk about things you don't know, huh? The lingering feeling of defeat and anger nag at my mind, making it impossible for me to relax for the rest of the evening. I retreat to my room and close the door, staying there until sleep finally catches up with me. Dots, dots, and dots. Day 5. The next morning, my mind is hazy from the chaotic mess of dreams I have had all through the night. I sigh and shield my eyes against the morning sunlight with my arm. When did I start sleeping this badly? I get up and dress myself. My rooms are looking better, and I can move around more easily now. Maybe Mary's tea really is that amazing. Just as I reach out for the handle on the door of the kitchen, I remember my fight with Tobias yesterday and hesitate. Do I really want to talk with him now? Why am I suddenly so worried about facing that man in the first place? It's not like his opinion matters in what I have to do, does it? Still. I stand there for another couple seconds before taking a deep breath, collecting myself. Then I finally open the door. Good morning, Tobias. Yeah, good morning. Tobias is unsociable as usual when I enter the kitchen. He sits at the table, not looking up my greeting. It looks like I'm early today. He hasn't even finished his own breakfast. This obviously doesn't suit him. I sit down in the chair opposite of him, getting ready to eat. My heart is beating a little bit faster than usual at the tension in the air, but I try to act like nothing happened. Don't mind me, just continue with what you were doing. He obviously intends to do just that. Oh well, if he keeps quiet then at least I won't get in another fight with him. I resign myself to spend the morning in silence when a knock on the door interrupts the peace. What? Tobias looks almost as surprised as I do. I guess he's not used to having people visiting, at least not this hour. Uh-oh. None of us even gets the time to get out of our chairs before the door opens on its own. What? Sorry for intruding. Hey, Gavin! What are you doing here? Gavin enters with a grin on his face while Tobias looks like someone just emptied the bucket of cold water over him. Okay, this is, Oh, you're not done eating yet? Great timing. What do you want? Wow, okay, there's no need to be rude. What's with that grin? I came to keep you company, of course. I think, what? Company? Yeah, I felt sorry for the lady having to spend such a great morning in this depressing company, so I thought I would stop by to liven things up a bit. That is really not necessary. Uh-oh, it looks like Tobias is reaching his limit. Now, I'm sure he means well. Of course I do. Gavin enters the kitchen, completely disregarding Tobias' obvious discontent. Then he places a large basket on the table. Look, I even got something good from Erin. She was worried that Tobias wasn't feeding his guests well, so she told me I'd bring this. So even Erin isn't on this. Gavin brings out the food from the basket. I must say, Erin's cooking does look much more inviting than Tobias' bread and cheese, even if it does seem a little extravagant for this just breakfast. There's enough for 3 people here. Of course, I told you that I came to keep you company. No, please leave now. But we haven't eaten yet. Oh, I see. You just want the lady for yourself, don't you? What? Tobias' blood is boiling. He clenches his fist in the last desperate attempt to keep his anger in check. No, just get out already. I refuse. This isn't good. This isn't even in Gavin's house. Should he really be acting like this here? Fine! Tobias slams his hand on the table and rises from his chair. Then I'm leaving. He picks up his bow and quiver from the corner, preparing to escape out into the forest. I want to stop him, but... You know what? Yeah. There's a moment's silence after the door slams behind Tobias. He sure took that nicely. I could tell! I can't help but sigh. I take it you two are not on the best of terms? Oh, you can tell? Gavin smirks. At least it doesn't look like it ruined his mood. Good. Don't worry, he'll be fine. So are you gonna eat any of it? Well, it's not like the usual mornings together with Tobias are any less tense. At least it seems like I'll be able to spend this one in more relaxing company. I'd feel sorry for Erin if I didn't. That's more like it. Besides, I almost think I like this better. I don't always get the chance to spend mornings alone together with a pretty lady. Sir! I ignored his grinning face and started eating. As usual, Erin has remembered to pack leaves for my tea as well, so I remembered to prepare a cup. As we finish up, I put some of the remaining food aside for when Tobias returns. Mountains. This time I decided to head up the rocky path leading higher up into the mountains east of the village. After walking for a little while and only taking a few turns, the town has already disappeared out of sight behind me. Vegetation gets sparse in places, but the mountain still feels just as full of life as the rest of the area. Soon, a faint clucking sound leads me to a small stream running past. It probably continues all the way down the river, running not far from the town itself. I stop for a moment to look down the river, my own reflection looking back at me. And that's when I notice something out of the corner of my eye. A shadow reflected on the water near my image. A large one, looking almost reptilian. Uh-oh. I guess it's the back from before whirling round. Memories of the dragon flash through my mind, and I have my sword in hand before even realizing it. Nothing. My heart is still pounding in my chest as I look around after traces of what I saw reflected in the stream, but nothing as large and imposing as the dragon can be seen anywhere. Was it really nothing? I stay there in full alert while trying to control my breathing, waiting for any sign that something is there with me. But I still see no shadows of beasts hiding or hear any sounds of large creatures moving away. Just a bird chirping from a cliff above me before batting its wings to fly away. I shake my head and cast a glance down at the stream again. The running water reflects nothing but the distorted shadows of my rocky surroundings. Could I be seeing things? Maybe the encounter with the dragon had a greater effect on me than I thought. Maybe. Still unsettled by the situation, I sheathed my sword and decided to follow the path back down and put these suddenly unsettling surroundings behind me. I guess the lake. I once again leave the village behind and track upwards towards the clearing by the lake. Somehow I'm at peace in that place. I can't really describe it. It is a perfect place to unwind and do my meditation. but I have only just reached the treated line when I hear an unfitting sound coming from the quiet forest ahead of me. Oh! It's a loud and sharp, a terribly familiar sound that I haven't heard in a while. The sound of swords clashing. A fight? Who would be fighting here? My heart beats faster as I immediately enter a state of alertness. My hand reaches towards the handle of my sword as I dash in the direction of the sound. What's going on? Soon, I reach the clearing and my eyes widen as I see the figure appearing before my eyes. I almost feel my heart come to an abrupt halt for a second when that seems to take forever to pass. Who is it? Yes! Yes! I know it! It's Simon! A man dashes out from the bushes and trees. Spinning around, sword ready in hand, he eyes the trees from which he just emerged. He has long bluish hair and wears a familiar white and blue uniform. The sight makes me stop in my tracks. Simon! The man turns his head in surprise and looks at me. For a second, our eyes meet. Then someone else comes out of nowhere. Gavin! Hold on, Gavin! Look out! I shoot forward, but I can't reach him in time. Fortunately, Simon seems too and raises his sword in defense. Because of the distraction, he only barely manages to ward off the blow and is pushed back. My surprise is only magnified as I realize whom he is fighting against. Gavin? Gavin doesn't waste a moment and continues forward in order to exploit his opponent's weakness. The stern look of hostility and determination on his face is new to me. Lena, get away from here! Simon calls out a warning to me as he tries to ready himself for the next attack. But then something happens. Maybe by a mention of my name, Gavin hesitates for a second as he realizes that I am standing there, not far away, watching. I gather the energies inside me, concentrating them in my hand, and grab a small knife from inside my coat. Stop! I swing my arm in a wide horizontal arc as I spread, sending the knife flying. A faint blue light glows at its edges as it shoots forward with great speed, only just missing the tip of Gavin's nose before digging deep into the trunk of the tree on the other side. Gavin leaps back to avoid the attack, once again creating some distance between the two. Lena! Both of you stop this right now! Okay, awkward moment. He hesitates. Simon regains his posture and stands ready with his swords, eyes directed only at Gavin. What are you doing, Gavin? I walk towards the two men. I see. With a dark look on his face, Gavin sheathes his sword. He doesn't look at me. Lena, do you know this man? Yeah. Ignoring his question, I simply approach Simon to confirm that he is alright. What happened? Where are the others? Simon falls silent, and even though his guard is now lowered, he still glances at Gavin in obvious dislike of his presence. I'm happy to see you are alive, Lena. We have to talk, but not here. Yes, I also turned to look at Gavin, who was watching us with arms crossed. You're taking him there? The village. I nod. I see. Then Gavin turns around on the spot and leaves without another word. For a moment, I'm tempted to stop him, but I have no idea what good it would do or what I should say. To be honest, my mind is a mess and I hardly know up or down about this situation at all. Come with me. I know a safe place. Dots, dots, and dots. I can tell by the look on Simon's face that he is just as surprised at the existence of the village as I. Achievement unlocked. Reunited. We walk slowly in between the buildings while he looks around in disbelief. Nothing was supposed to be up here. That was certain. In my mind, I begin to wonder how certain something like that could actually be. Did we expect these mountains to always stay empty and untouched because of how difficult they are to travel through? This way. We can talk here. We enter Erin's small inn. She's busily at work there, as always, and smiles as she sees me come in. But then her expression freezes as she notices a stranger following me. She stares at him without a word. Erin, this is Simon. He was one of the people who was with me before we got separated. Simon steps forward and nods as he greets Erin. Hello. You found one of them. Erin finally loosens up and regains her usual smile. Take a seat. You must be tired. And we'll get to that in the next part. See ya!